Yes, I am having all records against you. No, that's not my voice. I am getting all your calls recorded. You can't do anything with that recordings. Photographs can be changed, tape recordings can be tampered. But I will prove you guilty. Hello, I am Manojna Priyadarshini and welcome back to Law Brief Advos. Today we are going to know about what is evidence, oral evidence and documentary evidence. Various conditions of admissibility as evidence. Few principles laid down by the Supreme Court of India. Nature and factors of case when tape recorded evidence is used. Extent of reliability on the statement or record. What if conversation is partial? What is Section 65 of Indian Evidence Act deals with? Evidence, oral and documentary evidence. Evidence is very crucial in both civil and criminal cases. Evidence is a proof that something is true or has been really happened. This always acts as a supporting pillar for the statements regarding what you see and what you say. As regarding oral evidence, we call it as statement, and as regarding documentary evidence, it's called as record. Any such conversation recorded with an electronic device in reference with demanding or offering bribe or blackmailing is a very common practice these days. Tape recorded evidence is nothing but information stored in a magnetic media and submitted to court on a happened event. When a court permits a tape recording to be played over, it is acting as a real evidence. 4-word remarks. Tape recorded evidence got its origin 70 years ago itself. The court faced many questions as to admit it or not. You know what? In the beginning, evidence of a ship captain is not accepted because the evidence he spoke is seen in telescope. This is like an ordinary person sees with his eyes becomes incompetent because he was wearing spectacles. We are in a position where photographs can be changed and tape recordings can be tampered. But Supreme Court clearly said tape recorded talks are admissible in evidence and it cannot be rejected only on the basis that it can be tampered easily. However, over the years, the manner of committing crimes has changed drastically. Many of them are committed behind closed door and gathering evidence is not that easy task even. So, phone tapping, tape recording, sting operations are held. Conditions of admissibility. Voice of the speaker must be identified by the maker of record and others who recognize his voice. But if the maker has denied the voice or say it's not the voice of speaker, then that's really a strict proof. It should be proved as not tampered from every possibility. Otherwise, it's considered as inadmissible. Relevant conversation and facts should be of res justi, means things done or already happened event. Tape recorded evidence must be carefully sealed and kept in safe or official custody. Quality of sound or voice of the speaker is very important and shall be clearly audible. Else, your opposition will have a clear view to argue regarding admission and confuse the jury. Hence, the time, place, and the accuracy of the recording must be proved. Recorded conversation should be obtained with free consent. Means there should not be any kind of fraud, misrepresentation, coercion, compulsion, force, or duress on the speaker. Mostly, accused must not have any knowledge of getting recorded. Lastly, court must be satisfied without any doubt that the record has not been tampered. Things to observe in tape recorded evidence. Tape recorded conversation is also corroborative evidence but cannot be considered as primary or direct evidence except in few cases like blackmail, bribery, threats, inducements to commit crime, sedition, and many more. In such circumstances, there cannot be more better evidence than this. Hence, nature and factors of case is very important. Even if a tape recorded evidence is produced by improper or illegal means, its genuineness and intention behind the voice is very important to consider. One more thing, the circumstances under which tape recorded evidence came to be produced into court have to be taken into consideration. Partial conversation. Mostly, it is not possible to play the entire tape that has been recorded as evidence in the court. This might be due to defects in the part of the tape, exclusion of some part of tape, and many more. Few times, most of them don't produce the conversation in full as evidence. Remember, without knowing the full issue from all aspects inside and out, it's difficult for the jury to make decision. Hence, time extends in court. If a whole document is to be read, then tape recording also have to be played and heard in full. If you think your audio is not clear, go for a transcript. Yes, transcript is a written or printed version of material in which a word to word originally presented in the tape. Section 65 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872. This mainly deals with a certificate. Yes, certificate in a form of affidavit. You have to mention the complete facts as of what happened, device used, its storage capacity, why did you record, what is the time and duration of your record, in which place did you record, is this the only copy you had or any other duplicate copy is present with you or no? If it's a call recording you got from an operator, attach a certificate provided by your operator. For any further more clarifications, it can be proved with the help of Forensic Science Laboratory also. Finally, one method that has been generally used to avoid any problems with admissibility is the use of tape only for refreshing the memory of the witness rather than as corroborating evidence. The fact that tape recorded conversation can be altered or tampered is also in the mind of court while admitting it as evidence. Just remember, the relationship between law and technology is not that easy. Whenever law felt it as necessary, it's always in favor of technology. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to Law Brief EdVos. Stay tuned and keep dazzling.